today's video is going to be on Mars in Scorpio. So my previous video was on Mars in Libra. So today I'm going to be talking about the next sign, which is Mars in Scorpio. Stay tuned for the rest of the video. Before I get started, I wanted to let you guys know that I do natal chart readings. So if you're facing any challenges, like you're not able to attract financial abundance into your life, or let's say you're having romantic relationship problems, like love problems, or let's say you don't know what your true calling in life is, or what your ideal career path should be, I can help you out. I can look at your birth chart and figure out what the best path for you should be like. I'll also give you a systematic action plan that you can use to navigate any issues that you're facing in your life. I also do relationship compatibility readings. These are called synastry chart readings. So if you're trying to get into a relationship, or if you're already in one, and you want to know what the relationship is going to be like, what kind of challenges that may come up, I can do a synastry chart reading for you and give you an action plan that you can use to navigate these issues. I also do tarot card readings. So if you're facing challenges related to your career, finance, health, relationships, or any other aspect of your life, you can contact me for a reading as well. Recently, I've started doing relationship counseling. So this is more general relationship advice. It's not really related to astrology. It can be, but it's usually just general advice. It can be any relationship, your romantic ones, relationships with your parents, your children, your friends, your social circle, anything. So if you want to contact me for any of these, drop me a message on my Facebook page. That's facebook.com/Venusianscorp. And you can also drop me an email at astrolab111@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I've posted the links in the description box below, so be sure to contact me for a reading. Okay, so let's get started. Mars in Scorpio. First of all, what is Mars? Mars is the energy, it's the planet that's associated with aggression. It's associated with our drive, ambition in life. It's also our anger issues and how we outwardly express this anger. So if the moon is how we process our emotions internally, Mars is the outward energy. That's why it's a masculine energy, because it's outward. It's action, it's drive, it's also how we express our anger. Scorpio is a fixed water sign. Its symbol is the scorpion. It rules the 8th house, which has to do with death, taxes, inheritances, soul merging, other people's money. So very intense subjects. It rules deep transformation and healing. So when you have Mars in Scorpio, your purpose in life, your drive and ambition is going to feel very personal. Unlike a lot of other Mars signs out there, which are more logical about their goals, more logical about their ambitions, for you, it's very emotional. Your need to achieve something in this life is based on whatever you're passionate about, most passionate about in this life. Scorpio's motto is I desire. So your ambitions are going to be fueled by your desires, and desire is a very emotional energy. It's not logical. It's not airy. It's not logical. It's not ruled by the mind. It's ruled by your instincts and your emotion towards something. So you're only going to go after things in this life that you're truly passionate about, that you truly are concerned about. If you're not concerned about something, you're not going to go after it. That's why Scorpio is called an all or nothing sign, because Mars in Scorpio, when they devote themselves to a purpose in their life, it's usually going to be something that's very dear to their heart. It's going to be something that literally fuels their existence. It comes from a very primal core level, that level of really wanting to see some change in something. And that's why Scorpio rules transformation. So whatever you try to achieve in this life, your ambition, your drive, is going to be connected to something that can change either society, either people, or even change yourself in some way, because Scorpio rules change and transformation. When you have Mars in Scorpio, this is said to be an excellent placement because Scorpio is traditionally ruled by Mars. In more modern times, it's been ruled by Pluto. So basically, Scorpio is ruled by both Mars and Pluto. One of the reasons why it's so good to have a Mars in Scorpio is the way you go about your achievements, your ambition, your drive. is also backed by your keen sense of intuition, because Scorpio is a water sign. So you are highly feeling oriented. And that's not in a weak way. You're very intuitive. Like you are very in touch with your own emotions, and you have laser focus, because Scorpio is the sign of penetration, like just like Virgo. That's why it rules surgery and things related to some kind of surgical instrument or sharp knives. So when you have Mars in Virgo, you have laser focus, and you also have laser insight into other people's intentions and motivations. That makes you a formidable opponent. You're not the kind of person people like to mess with or would want to mess with, because Mars in Scorpio, um, Scorpio is co-ruled by Pluto, which is all about understanding the inner psychology of somebody and hidden motivations. That's what Pluto understands best. So, as a Mars in Scorpio, when you're trying to achieve something, if you are going to be able to see through other people around you, whether they have your best interests at heart, whether they are your enemies, whether they are out to attack you, or whether they are out on your own team, whether they are your cheerleaders and actually are there to support your goals and drives in this life. You may not show this outwardly, because Scorpio is an introverted, reserved, feminine sign. So it's not masculine in its approach, even though it's ruled by Mars and Pluto. And that's why Scorpio is a paradox. It's one of the most misunderstood signs, and it's also one of the most powerful. So, when you have Mars in Scorpio, even though you see through other people's intentions and you are able to clearly use your intuition to see, okay, this person is my enemy, this person is out to attack me, this person is out to support me, that's going to be a very valuable ally for you, a very good strength that you have in your arsenal to be able to achieve what you want. Because for you, you're relying on your gut instincts to get things done. That's very powerful. You're using a feminine energy to achieve a masculine trait. Scorpio's feminine energy, you're using the feminine energy of intuition and the gift of knowing and insight into other people's psychological motivations to achieve something masculine, which is, it could be wealth, it could be finances, it could be building something new in your life, it could be fame, success, whatever you want to achieve in this life. But you're doing it through your left hand feminine principle, which is about tapping into the subconscious, your feminine energy, your intuition. And that's very powerful, because a lot of people, they don't know how to mix their masculine and feminine energies to the best of their ability to achieve what they want. But you naturally have that gift as a Mars in Scorpio. And that makes you a formidable opponent, because you are operating at a psychological level. For you, it's not just logical. You can be logical. Don't get me wrong. You can be logical, because Mars in Scorpio is very focused. It's very laser, like laser focused. When you want something, you are going to get it. And that's another thing. Scorpio is a very patient sign. So no matter how long it takes for you to get there, you are going to do it. You're a fixed water sign. Just like all the fixed signs, you have the gift of resilience and perseverance. So you're going to keep at it till you reach your goal. So some of the most successful people have Mars in Scorpio. They have this trait. They are also excellent strategists. You, as a Mars in Scorpio, probably have the gift of strategy as well. And this is not in a logical way. Like I said before, Mars in Virgo, or let's say Mars and Libra, they're also very good at strategy, but theirs is more from a need for structure or control, or for a need of explaining things logically. That's where their strategy comes from. For you, Mars and Scorpio, your strategy comes from the gift of understanding other people. You have psychological insight into other people, and therefore you are a very good leader, in the sense that you know exactly how to motivate people around you, or people who are working under you. You can tap into their hidden psychological strengths and give them the kind of encouragement that they need at that time. So you are generally going to have a team of people who are very loyal to you, because your modus operandi is very emotional. And I don't mean emotional in a weak sense. It's emotional in the sense that you really tap into people's depths, like their deep hidden psychological desires. Scorpios, I desire. So you know what other people around you desire. So you can use that to your advantage to help further your own goals. That's why Mars in Scorpio is said to be very powerful, because everybody wants to be seen, everybody wants to be recognized, and you as a Mars in Scorpio are able to do that. You're able to see through the outside facade that other people around you put in front of you. You're able to see through their masks, see through the facade, and get right to the bottom of who they really are at their core, and understand them at a deep psychological level. And you tap into their subconscious, a level which usually other people can't get through. And you do it in a very skillful way. You do it in a way that is very, it seems very organic. It doesn't seem forced, because that's part of who you are. You have great insight into your own psychological working, and you also have insight into other people's psychological function. That being said, every sign has its negatives. So, Mars in Scorpio, the downfall would be when you are operating from a lower vibration. When I say that, I mean, see, Scorpio has several different levels. So you have the first stage, which is the scorpion, second stage, which is the lizard, third is the snake, then the eagle, the phoenix, the dove. You have so many different levels of Scorpio. That is why Scorpio is about transformation and change, because they are always changing their inside several times in their lifetime. So if you're operating at the scorpion level, which is the first level, the starting out level, you can sometimes be very vengeful. If somebody does you wrong, you take it as a personal slight, like, because you're an emotional placement. For you, it's not just about logic and just being practical. You take it personally. And that's also why you're successful, because your ambition is very personal to you. So you're going to give it everything you have. But at the same time, if somebody does you something wrong, Mars is also to do with anger and the way we channel that anger. So then you may take it as a personal betrayal, and you may go about extracting revenge on the other person. Whereas the greatest revenge is to live your life the best way you can, and pretend like the other person doesn't even exist. I think that's the best kind of revenge. You're not even extracting revenge, but the other person still feels like you're taking revenge on them. So, Mars in Scorpio, if you can get out of that frequency and operate at a higher level where you don't really bother about what other people have done to you, the wrong doings they've done to you, and instead operate out of a frequency of, okay, I'm going to be so high in my vibration that it doesn't even phase me. Once you are able to reach that level, which is the eagle stage, phoenix stage, dove stage, that's when you really start getting into your zone and really harnessing the power of Mars and Scorpio to achieve what you want. Because if you're at the scorpion, lizard, or snake stage, snake is still okay, but if you're operating at scorpion and lizard stage, you're still operating out of a scarcity mindset, out of a fear principle. Like, you're guarding. When you're trying to guard something, you're doing it out of fear. So once you're able to come out of that and operate at a higher frequency, that nothing can affect you, because you've got everything you need and you can achieve anything you want. When you focus on that limitless energy, that's when you really start tapping into Scorpio's full potential, and you can start achieving more financial abundance in your life. um, Mars, it's a soldier. The energy of Mars is the soldier. But a Mars in Scorpio is nothing like a soldier. The Mars in Scorpio is here to win the war, not the battle. What I mean by that is, your true purpose is to have laser focus on that one goal that you have your entire life, your one single passion, and work towards that, and never steer your eyes off that prize. Keep that focus on your goal, and forget about all the other battles that you may lose along the way, because ultimately your goal is to win the war. So that's my take on Mars and Scorpio. Sorry, I wanted to add one more thing about the anger issue. Mars in Scorpio is not impulsive. It's a fixed sign, so they take time to make decisions. They sit back and observe people, situations, things before arriving at a decision. That's why they're good at strategy also. They're a patient sign. Mars in Scorpio, when they're angry, they're not going to blow up immediately. But when they do get angry, it is going to be bad, because if they're operating out of a vengeful streak where they're trying to get back at you, they may sabotage your career, they may sabotage your reputation, they may do a lot of harm to you, like real harm that's going to affect you for many years. But if they're operating at a higher frequency, um, then the negatives sort of cancel each other, because their vibration is so high that they are not really focused on the lower frequencies anymore. And even something like anger, even if they are angry, they're going to be channeling it into something much more productive, much more higher purpose. So I think that's the lesson for Scorpios, to move from the underground to the higher levels. And that's why you have the different stages of Scorpio, where the ultimate is the dove, which is all about peace, you know. So if you can gradually move to that level, then Mars in Scorpio, you are unstoppable. That's why it's such a powerful placement, because there's a lot to learn. It's a challenging placement. At the same time, it's a powerful placement. Whenever you have a lot of power, as they say, with great power comes great responsibility. That's what they mean. Like, you have to really own your power and realize what it can do for you, and then tap into that and move forward. So guys, that's my take on Mars and Scorpio. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. You can click on the subscribe button at the bottom of this video, and you can also click on the bell icon next to the subscribe button, so that whenever I post a new video, you get a notification in your inbox and you can stay tuned to all of my latest updates. So guys, that's it for today. My next video is going to be on Mars in Sagittarius. So stay tuned for that, and thanks a lot for watching. Bye.